Greetings, community, and welcome to Entropy and Comics. I'm your host, Kevin, and this is Kevin's most anticipated reads tomorrow for New Comic Book Day, 7 8 2026. Appreciate each and every single one of you that cruise on through. I truly do. And for those of you that cruise on in on the live, let's take a moment and say hi. Hey, Las Cruces, how you doing, man? Appreciate all the times that you have been here to support me. I truly do not only appreciate it, but I had to acknowledge it because, yeah, you're kind of like part of the backbone of the show. The hidden individual that you don't see but supports the whole time. I appreciate you, buddy. All right, hey, let's start off with IDW. IDW is going to give us the one and only title, and I'm looking forward to reading, which is The Twilight Zone, issue number 9. This series is awesome. If it goes on forever, I'm going to keep picking it up forever and pitching it as a must read for those of you that love anthologies. This is great. I mean, it really encompasses what, in my opinion, a really great horror anthology, and sometimes just nothing more than suspense, really needs and ought to be. The day of yesteryear when Rod Serling and individuals like that were telling these type of stories were just really not only giving us entertainment, they were really giving us a groundwork, a model, if you will, to observe not only for past but for future movies, and stories. In the case of this, comics. Twilight Zone is an awesome just series in general, and I can't wait to pick it up tomorrow on 7/8 2026. Let's move out from that and cruise over to Marvel Studios. Marvel's going to first give us its Symbi. Everyone loves this lovable little symbiote that is made its way into everybody's heart. It's a very non-lethal but very important type of symbiote in the sense of it not only allows the all ages small readers to go ahead and get a little introduction of a non-lethal type of symbiote, especially cuddly and a little cute, but it also for us readers that are really looking for something with a little more gravity. This, I believe, character will play out to be something rather significant in the future. It seems harmless, it seems cute, and it seems really cuddly now, but I think it's going to portray something a little more sinister down the road, though I think it will always maintain its overall, how should I say, character of being everyone's lovable little symbiote. I just think that it will end up seeing its fangs come out sooner than probably later. It's Simi coming out on 7/8 2026, issue number 1. Should be interesting. Let's move on from that and talk about Sorcerer Supreme issue number 8. Hey Lau, hope you're doing well, brother. Good evening. So, Sorcerer Supreme issue number 8 gives a story about Wanda, who is now battling Turin to defend the Sanctum from an Extinction King's first weapon against all, which is this astral plane cannon thing. What this really means, I have no idea. I am really far behind. That stated, this story has been getting really twisted between the battles of Scarlet Witch, the things that have been going on with her, Wanda, the battles that were going on. There's just a lot going on for me to really get too far in depth. I just really like how the standalone story has been proving to be something rather interesting. And when Doctor Strange, Stephen, comes back to seeing what actually had transpired in his absence, I think he's going to be rather taken back. Truly do. Let's move out from Sorcerer Supreme, issue number 8, and let's cruise over and talk about, well, some image books. Image is going to first give us the Seasons, issue number 11. And if you're curious, I believe this is a 13 issue series book. Why 13? Why not? It is the seasons. And why give us 4? I have no idea why he did 13. Rick Remender's given us an interesting story of a daughter that's trying to solve the crime of where her parents are, and if they're even murdered, where her sisters are, and where have they slowly been disappearing to. When she ends up finding them, well, they end up disappearing on her. And again, she's kind of starting all over, but as she starts over, the whole world's falling apart around her. Who am I talking about? Well, spring. Spring is one of the 4 seasons in the storyline, and one of the 4 sisters, her being one, and there are 3 others that she is now looking for, and does discover in issue number 11. However, once she discovers her sisters, she ends up discovering the world around her as slowly collapsed, decayed, and turned into a world that she no longer recognizes. This series is really interesting. I think there's a lot of symbolic, metaphoric aspects in this story that really point out probably true things in which that Rick was probably getting out from his heart. But moreover, he's getting he's pointing out so many things that it really it's enthralling. It really allows the reader to not only go into this fantasy world, but the strings in which that he keeps tugging on are true to the heart and internal. And more times than not, they tend to be something there that, because it is a family story, a story of devotion and love, there's aspects in which that you really feel for this character, Spring. And as it gets worse and worse and the world keeps falling apart around her, it just seems like we've all been there before. The season's issue number 11 of 13. Highly recommend this series if you can. You've been missing out. Just pick up the trade. You won't be disappointed. Let's move out from the seasons. Let's talk about World Tree issue number 21. I am thoroughly lost. This thing has been one of, in my opinion, James's true baby initially, and then he just kind of tossed it out along with some bath water and forgot to put the baby back in the tub. I don't. The problem is it's not really following any true monthly target. It really is just been coming out in between other stories that Tanya's been writing, and I'm pretty much reading everything he's doing. And this one is the most, yeah, tardy. It doesn't follow any true timeline as far as being on time when it's released. That is my only gripe. That being stated, that's why I kind of lost what's going on. I have a rough idea, and I still am following what's going on at the same point because the story in itself is so wild, so odd, and it's a story of the dark web. In the case of they're calling it the undernet, the other web or something like that, has always been there. We didn't discover it or make it up. It was just there. We just discovered it. We didn't make it up, and we just allowed it to go ahead and come into the real world. And now it's causing all kinds of chaos to where we shut it down, almost like a story like the movie Cell. And when we were able to shut it down, well, a few things kind of escaped into here. That its ultimate goal is to go ahead and reopen that bridge and allow that undernet to kind of flood into the gates of our reality. And there's a lot of killing, there's a lot of nudity, there's a lot of blood, there's a lot of gore. There's some storyline in which that there's individuals that know how to shut this down, and that's where I'm kind of at. But I'm even as though it seems that I have some cohesive understanding of the storylines going over. There's so much there more that I'm missing. I know it, and I really believe it's due to the fact it's not coming out on a regular basis. World Tree issue number 21, finally coming out. When it ends, I'm not quite certain of that either. But I've been digging the story when it comes out. Being that it is tardy, I just recommend that if you are interested in a very chaotic and wild sci-fi horror story, yeah, World Trees definitely want to pick up on trade. It'll definitely make a lot more sense. Hey, God, who are you do? Thank you for tuning in, brother. I appreciate you. And this week's Blue Light Special. is Exquisite Corpse, Rascal Randy. Now, I was blown away. It's no spoiler now that when you have seen this guy, after being impaled, walk away at the end of the last issue of the Exquisite Corpses. Are you kidding me? What is this guy like? It almost reminds me of Halloween. How you just can't kill Michael. He just keeps getting. Yeah, Rascal Randy. This guy is creepy. We're gonna get a little bit of background history. It's a 5-issue miniseries. I'm looking not only to jump into it, but yes, it's more of the issue 1 through 5. We'll have a cover C polybag version that will offer more additional to cards that will go ahead and augment the pre-existing deck that will be coming out as a game soon. You can pre-order at now. I'm getting all my cards ready. I'm not going to pay the exorbitant prices for the deck yet. I'll wait till it hits the shops, but I am curious to see how this game plays out. Moreover, I am dying to read this book. For those of you that tune on in, I appreciate you. Agu, you the man. Lyle, as always, thank you much. And Las Cruces, our backbone, thank you much. And for those of you that cruise on in on the rewind, I appreciate you. And you have a great evening. And I hope you get your books on New Comic Book Day. That's it for me, Entropy. You stay well.